Hello explorers, Key to the Explorer here, and today I am back with another video planning for an upcoming trip. Obviously when this video comes out, I probably will be way back from my trip, but that's besides the point. Anyway, in today's video, I am preparing for a month-long trip. I will be going to my hometown of Cleveland and Paris and London. And I have to go to Cleveland because I am taking my 12-year-old niece to Paris and London. It will be her first trip out of the Eastern time zone, first trip out of the United States, her first trip to Europe. So it's gonna be really exciting. There is a lot of planning that goes into this. So in today's video, I'm going to just give you a little bit of information about how I planned for this upcoming trip to Paris and London. And then I'm gonna talk about the things that I need, or you would need, to take a minor child out of the country that is not your own if you're coming from the United States. Then I'm going to tell you a little bit about my shopping process that I do before packing for my trip. And then I'm going to take you along on the packing process for this upcoming trip because I have to pack for a whole month and for 2 different destinations with 2 different purposes. So let's get into today's video. And just to remind you, if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much. And if you're a new subscriber, I need to let you know that I am Key to the Explorer. And on my channel, I talk about all things travel, photography, and the environment. So let's go over to computer so I can talk to you a little bit about my planning process for Paris and London. Okay, Explorer, so now I'm at my computer. So I just want to let you know that I'm not planning my whole trip sitting at this computer. I'm just going to give you an overview of what I did to plan. And I definitely would love for you to check out my planning video where I give a great detail about how to plan for a trip. And then also I'll leave down in the description box my Spain planning video where I actually walk through those same tips that I gave you about planning a trip and putting it into process. So let me open up my computer. So when I started planning this trip to Paris and London, it was actually in 2019. I know, forever ago. It's 2022. What happened? Well, we know what happened in March 2020. And it's still ongoing. Yet no, it's not over. It's still here. In December 2019, I bought my niece, who is now 12 years old, a passport. And I told her that we were going to go to Paris in summer 2020, which obviously didn't happen because of the World Health situation. So the trip has been postponed. And last year she couldn't go. It was open, but you had to be vaccinated, I believe. So we are finally getting ready to go. January 2022 came around and I looked at the flight prices and I said, oh no, they were really, really expensive for June. So I tracked it for a couple of weeks and they just kept easing up a little bit and a little bit more. So I was like, I'm buying the plane ticket. I usually wait for a flight deal. I did not see one. So I ended up buying the plane tickets for us. And I'm glad I did because they have never went down and they have went up. The prices have exploded since January for plane tickets for June. So as you know in past videos, when I buy a plane ticket, that's what triggers me to start planning for the trip. So I made it a goal to plan something, like one thing once a week, starting February. So there was a lot of different things to look into because we're going to Paris in the middle of the trip. We're going to go to London for a few days and then we're gonna come back. So that means different hotel bookings, as well as train tickets, and then of course activities, things to do, and then suggestions for food. So I need to get to Cleveland early so I can make sure she's packed and good to go. And so I'm not rushed or have a delay issue getting to Cleveland. And so then we're gonna fly into Paris and we're gonna spend 2 days there. And I'm not gonna tell you about all the activities that we're gonna do because you're gonna see that in the upcoming video. So make sure you subscribe and stay tuned for that. But I always use Viator or Airbnb experiences to find tours or things by word of mouth from travel groups that I'm in, like the Black Paris tours. And then some things that you just know are historic places in those locations, I just book the tickets directly from their website. because a lot of things now have reservation times, unfortunately. And then not to mention I'm paying for 2 people. So that's why I was like, I have to book something like once a week, because I didn't want it to hit my pocket all at once at one time on one paycheck, because I'm used to only paying for myself. So that is how I found activities. But then I also had to deal with hotels. I'm only paying for a hotel the first 2 nights that we're in Paris. So that was very helpful in budgeting for the trip and makes up for the plane ticket that I'm not used to spending that much money on. So I had to look for a lot of different restaurants, or make sure a hotel had food options, or at least restaurants nearby so we could have options. So make sure you stay tuned for the videos from Paris and London so you can see exactly what we did, because there's a lot of fun things that we'll be doing on our week-long European trip. So, like I said, I'm taking my 12-year-old niece, and that means she's not my child, okay? So there are a lot of different things I had to prepare for her to go on a trip, especially since her parents aren't travelers. So the first thing I had to do, obviously, was to get her passport. I paid for her passport. That was her Christmas gift in 2019, and they don't expire for 5 years for children. The next thing I had to do is that I randomly realized, I don't know, maybe in March, that she needs global entry. I have global entry, and it's really nice when you return to the United States that you can easily go through customs. You don't have to stand in a long line. And we have a really tight connection because it's not a direct flight from Cleveland. We're going to be flying from Cleveland to New York City. So I had to get her global entry. Luckily, I had another credit card, so I have 2 credit cards. And I had used one recently for myself, so I used the other one to pay for her global entry application to get a credit back to me. But it was really hard to find an appointment. She was approved immediately. Obviously, she doesn't have much of a record, but it was really hard to find an appointment in Cleveland. I mean, appointments anywhere, period. I ended up doing a Google search and finding this website called Appointment Scanner. And then I ended up finding an article later on about Appointment Scanner. And Appointment Scanner, I can't remember the fee now. I want to say it was $29. But you pay the fee, tell Appointment Scanner which city or location you're looking for a global entry appointment. And then it will search for you. As soon as someone cancels, an appointment opens, you know to go book. So they would send a text message. And literally 10 minutes after I signed up for the service, I got a text saying that an appointment was open. Like, that was just insane. It was definitely well worth the $29 because I don't have time to check the global entry site for appointments every minute, every hour, every day, okay? And then I also had to write up a letter, which I will put a sample letter on my website for you to use if you ever need to take a minor child out of the country that's not yours. But the letter basically outlines who my niece is, her date of birth, her passport information, that I'm taking her, and it has her parents' names, their contact information, where she lives, where she's a citizen, and where she is going for what time period. And it is signed by both of the parents and notarized. And then I also had to get a copy of her birth certificate to take with me just in case I'm ever questioned about who is this child with me on this trip and if she's mine, because I'm not going with another male. So even if, you may also want to do that if it's just one parent taking the child out of the country, you may want to have that support documentation just in case. And so those are the things that I had to do specifically for my niece so she could travel with me outside of the country. So now I'm going to go out and do a little bit of shopping. I'm not going to take you full-fledged in the stores because I have to concentrate. I like to get in and get out, okay? I don't like to be in the store all the time, and I can't do that if I'm constantly recording. So I'm just going to talk to you a little bit as I shop and show you some of the places, tell you about some of the places I shop at to get prepared for my upcoming trip. So let's go. So in planning for a trip, the next thing I do after I finish planning my itinerary is go shopping for clothes. I don't usually shop much. 'Cause I don't like spending much money on clothes, but I do have some new clothes. So as part of preparation, as you can see, I have started shopping. I don't usually buy all new outfits for every day of the trip, but I like to have at least a few new pieces, especially if I'm doing a photo shoot. So I also need to buy some things because I did hire a house sitter, so I also need to do that today. Um, so this is all part of the purchasing process before going on the trip. So off to Target. I still need some shoes. I need a new travel purse and what have you. So on to the next spot. So, as part of the preparation process on going on any trip is to go shopping. I'm not going to take you long shopping with me because I like to get in and out. I don't like spending a lot of money. I don't really shop much for clothes. And when I do, I shop in a few different places. I usually like to go to Ross for work clothes and stuff for travel because it's cheap clothes. And I don't believe in fast fashion or anything like that. So I don't buy from Shein or all those things. No offense, but I don't believe in wasting. And, I like to do what I can for the environment. Fast fashion isn't it. So I like to go to Dress Up, Ross, or Tags Boutique or Pressed. So those are usually my go-tos. And then I also hired a house sitter for my home because I'm going to be away for a month. I'm going to my hometown for a while and then going to Paris and London. I will be gone for an extended time, so I hired a house sitter, which I'll have a whole separate video about that. But there's some things that I need for the guest bedroom to make sure my house sitter is comfortable while I am gone, so she can have the best experience there. So I had to go to Target to get some things for her. And I also needed to get a new purse because my travel purse tore up when I went to Vegas. It finally hit its last leg. So yeah, got a few new outfits. I'm going to wear some stuff that's in my closet. And I do need to get a new pair of shoes because my sandals I got in 2019 are just absolutely done, but I think I'm going to get those from Amazon. So that is part of my process of preparing for a trip. So first, I actually plan the itinerary, do all that. We already talked about that. And then I go shopping. So next up will be the packing process. So let's go home and get out of this heat, okay? Okay, so now I'm on the next step and the final step before heading out on my trip to Paris, London, Cleveland. That step is the packing step. So I got on my comfy clothes, I'm in my room, and I got all my stuff out. So let's take a look at what I have to get ready for my trip. So this is my away luggage, and this is my carry-on bag that I'll be taking to Paris and London. Then, if you know, I usually have a little bit smaller travel-on backpack that is blue that I take with me. But when I go to Cleveland, I will still be working remote. And then obviously, I do photography and YouTube, so I'll need 2 computers. And 2 computers was not going to fit in my other backpack. So I got me a bigger travel-on backpack, but it's still travel-on. I love travel-on. Then I have a huge suitcase because I'm going to be in Cleveland 3 weeks. So I have a huge suitcase to put all my crap in there and not really be organized about it. And I'll have this checked, obviously. I have no choice. And then I've already gotten started a little bit on my Paris stuff. I've laid out some clothes. These are clothes I have bought over here. And then I started doing other things, laying stuff out here on the bed. This is some euros I had left over. Not much, but hey, every little bit counts. Then I have my checklist. This one's for Cleveland, this one's for Paris, and that's that. So I don't know if I'm going to get all of this done today. It is Memorial Day when I'm filming this, and I leave in less than a week for Cleveland. And I also want to go to my friend's house for a cookout. So we'll see how much I get done before I'm like over it. So let's get started packing. Oh my gosh, I hate packing. And it's like, I wish I could hire someone to pack, but then I don't want people like packing for me. It's just a terrible situation to pack. But I have, for the most part, packed up everything for Paris. It's been, I don't know, I've been probably doing this like an hour. And I still have some things left to pack because I have to use it this week, like sunscreen. What is on my list here that I still have to pack? I have to use makeup because I'm getting ready to record some videos, so I need to use that. Sunscreen. I need to figure out the first aid situation, allergy pills. I need a jacket. Oh, I forgot to put jewelry. I'm glad I looked at this list. So there's some things that I still need to use this week and figure out for the Paris trip, but for the most part, it's pretty much packed. Cleveland, I have not started on. I literally just like opened the suitcase and didn't like touch anything. So I think I'm going to take a break and come back maybe tomorrow. Yeah, probably tomorrow. I'll come back tomorrow, which is Tuesday, and pack for Cleveland because this is exhausting. There's my backpack. I've only packed like little things in there, like my water bottle, Lysol wipes, masks, some stuff for the plane is in there. And then here's my suitcase. For the most part, it is full. I don't think I really have to put anything else in here. So I'm going to go ahead. Oh, except for my additional outfit. So I'm going to go ahead and zip this up for now. Completely empty. And then that's the purse I've been carrying recently, but I did get another purse from Target, as you saw earlier in the video. And so I've put like my money in here, you know, my sunglasses, and me and my niece's passports are in here. Explorers, I didn't come back Monday night, and I didn't even come back Tuesday. It's now Wednesday. It's Wednesday morning before work. I am exhausted. So let's get back to packing. Okay, so now I've gotten to the point where I can't pack anything because I need those things or I need to wash. And I plan to wash tomorrow, which is Thursday. So after I wash, I should be able to pack a little bit more. And then probably Saturday evening or Sunday morning, I'll be able to pack the last remaining things that I need to use for the rest of the week. Okay, explorers, I hope you enjoyed this discussion about planning for my upcoming trip to Cleveland, Paris, and London. So if you found this helpful, if you enjoyed this discussion, make sure you hit that like button. If you have any questions about things discussed in this video, make sure you leave that down below in the comment box. And make sure you share this video with your friends, family, and social media networks because they may need to know some of this information too as they plan for their upcoming travels this summer and beyond. And make sure you subscribe to my channel if you have not already and hit the notification bell. It is free for you to do so and it helps my channel provide more and better content to you in the future. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you so much for your continuous support. And lastly, make sure you head on over to katedexplorer.darkroom.tech so you can purchase a print, an art piece of art for me, the photograph that I have taken from places around the globe to decorate your home or your office to brighten up your space. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day or night wherever in the world you are. Bye.